Welcome to Vlogmas Day. What is today? The 18th. Day 18. Man, we're over halfway through. Guys, it's going so fast. But I'm having a great time still. And I want to, Christmas is a week. 1 week. And I want to talk about 3 ideas that you still have time to put together that you can make right now for little to no cost, pretty much from things you have in your stash. You probably already have all of these things on hand. I will, of course, link to everything I'm using below in case you need that 2-day shipping, 2-day shipping to come and save you. But like I say, you'll dig around your room, you'll find these things. The first thing I want to talk about are these. These are so easy. These are fabric note cards. All right, they're just blank inside. You take your beautiful fabrics and you put them on the front. All right, and the way I did these, and any size note card will work. You can find them at Hobby Lobby. You can find them at Michael's. You can find them on Amazon. Like I say, I'll link down below. You can find them at Joann's. I haven't looked at cardstock in Joann's for a while, but I'm sure you can find a set of blank note cards. Now, I bought a big box because I was making them for our handmade boutique for the quilt show. So I have a big box. These are white. Mine are 5x7, but any size works. I'll give you the formula. Okay? Whatever you get. 4x6, 5x7, whatever. I'll show you how to do it. So the first thing I did was I found the pretty, the fancy, bright, colorful, busy. And this is great for some of those fabrics that are so busy they're hard to use. Fabrics. And then I used liquid starch and I starched the living daylights out of it. I dunked it in the starch and wrung it out and hung it up to dry and pressed it. So this is almost like paper. All right. Yeah, I know I'm not one to usually starch, but this was for a purpose. And I did a lot of them, as you can see. Oh, the cards, they also come in like craft color. So if you have a more earthy vibe or more earth tones, or are doing this for men, the craft cards might be their choice. It's an option. All right. So you starch your fabric and you cut it. There's no specific size. Like I say, this will work for any size card. These are 5x7, so I think I cut these 4x6. You cut it an inch smaller than your note card, right? An inch smaller. And you cut your squares or rectangles. Then what you do is you take it's a mess here. Cleanup is later today. You take your card, you take your handy dandy glue stick. Glue stick, washable glue stick. Because the thing about these cards is if you give them to another quilter, another crafter, they can just peel this right off and use the fabric. You can use them to send. You can use them to gift. Let me show you. It's so easy. You take, here, let me move the camera. All right. You take your fabric. I'm on the back. And you just glue stick around the edges. Rough. It doesn't have to be like super neat. Just, enough that it's going to stick. Then you take it and look, it's so easy. Look, you just sort of center it. I eyeball it. I did a lot of card making in my past life, so I'm pretty good at eyeing it. If you want to take a pencil and measure, that's fine. But you just stick it down. You stick it down. That's it. That's all there is. Stick it down. If you want to weight it down for it to dry for, 10 minutes or so, do that. But that's it. Super simple. You can make them matching. You can make them mismatching. You can bang out a set of 4 to 6 of them in no time flat. All right? Now, yeah, it's vlog time, so life is going to be going on around us. If you hear my dogs, they're right above me. Sorry about that. Well, I'm not sorry. That's how life is. There we are. Yeah, life is going on. That's how it is. But that's what's, that's what I'm finding so fun about this whole adventure, this whole vlogging adventure, is you're here and you're part of my everyday. And that is so much fun for me. I'm having a great time. I hope it's fun for you. You say it's fun for you, and I really do hope that's true. So anyway, you can bang out, a set of 4 or 6 of these in a quick hurry. They come with the envelopes. It's a peel and stick envelope. Super easy. Put it together. Great. Now, the only cost there is, well, starch if you don't have it. But honestly, you could probably do it without starching. It's just much easier to get a clean edge if you have starched your fabric. Now, if you want to plus it up a bit, while you're in Michael's or Joann's or on Amazon, they have these little guys. These are Tim Holtz Ideology stickers. What they are is they're little phrases. And these are like the sweet ones. It's called Small Talk. Small Talk. It's stickers, and they're like on little strips. Like, well, just this part right here. They're black and white. They have the white print on black and the black print on white. And these are the sweet ones. They say things like, always take the scenic route. Be awesome today. Embrace the journey. Be in love with your life. And these are great. These are all great sentiments. But if you're watching me, then you might be more inclined to what they call the snarky pack. Now, they're not like snarky. They're not mean-spirited. See, to me, snarky means mean-spirited. To me, they're just more sarcastic. And they come in 2 different sizes. This is the small talk with the little type, and this is what they call the big talk. And they have they're bigger stickers. But these say things like, if you ever need a slightly distracted, unsympathetic friend, I'm here for you. You smell like drama and a headache. Please get away from me. I'm glad we share a sense of humor and an understanding that I'm slightly funnier. See, they're not snarky. They're just a little cheeky. Oh, I like this one. I made a huge to-do list for today. I just can't figure out who is going to do it. So, on some of the cards that I made for the boutique, I took these little stickers. I got another piece of cardstock. It's like $1 at the craft store. And I stuck it on the piece of cardstock. I trimmed around it, and then I stitched. Makes it look super fancy. Then I used a piece of double stick tape. And you could cut your fabric smaller. You could do them this way and put a square of fabric right here and find one that fits. Some of them, they're all different sizes. So like this one would fit. No, not quite. But anyway, the point is you could add a little phrase to it if you wanted. You could add a little sentiment. You could put the sentiment inside like this so it's not just a blank note card. Then how I packaged them for the boutique. Like I say, this is in the plus it up version. This is the practically no cost, just the cost of the pack of cards. And a glue stick, which if you've been here a minute, you probably already have a glue stick. I do prefer the glue stick rather than the liquid glue on these because it doesn't cause the paper to buckle. All right. So how I packaged them for the boutique, it's going to crinkle, is I bought these clear cellophane envelopes. And I tucked, well, For the boutique, I just did 2. But say you've got, well, this is 3. Say you've got 4, and yours would match, right? You stick them down in your little cellophane bag. And like I say, everything I'll link below in case you want to do this. I'm not sure. Michael's and Joann's probably have these, Hobby Lobby. I haven't been on a paper crafts aisle in a long time. So you peel your little strip, fold it down, and off you go. If you want to plus it up even further, you can take a sticker, because I'm an 80s girl and we love us some Mrs. Grossman's heart stickers. The Mrs. Grossman's stickers are not around anymore. You tear off your little sticker seals to seal your envelope. Slide those down in your package. Fancy pantsy. Great for teachers. Teachers always are using note cards. Great for, it's chaotic upstairs. I hope you can't hear it. Great for hostess gifts. Great for that generic, I need to bring you something and I'm a maker gift. It's nice without having to be super personal. And sometimes we all need those gifts, right? So that's one way to do that. I think, sorry for the crinkles. I think I'm going to make up some, look at this. This is my this is fabric dyed by my dyed and hand painted stamped by my friend Marquetta Johnson. And I think I'm going to make up a set for myself using her lovely hand block printed fabrics. That's going to be on my Christmas list. Christmas to me. And the stickers, because stickers. All right. The next thing on the list of gifts you can give right from your stash that will cost you nothing extra. We all have a friend that wants to learn to quilt. We want them to learn to quilt. We know they'd enjoy it. Or that young person in your life that has a creative spirit and you want to teach them to sew or quilt, or they're already crafty and they're already sewing and they would love a crafty kit project. Well, what do you have in your stash? You have fabric. I know you do. We all do. So you go to the internet. You go to fabriccafe.com. You print off their free pattern of the month. They always have a free 3-yard pattern. So you print it off. It doesn't have to be in color. It's nice. You print off the little freebie pattern, right? You have your beautiful pattern, and then you go to your stash and you find 3 coordinating yards of fabric. I have this one that's, look, it's Wizard of Oz cats. I mean, how great is that? And then this green to go with it, and then a black to ground it. All right, you take these 3, you slip your little pattern in there. You can fold it if you want. Take a piece of ribbon or a selvage or hang on. Or twill tape, that twill tape that comes on the that twill tape that comes on a jelly roll. I'll get to that in a minute. And you just tie it up. Cute little knot, cute little tag. And it costs you nothing. Now, these are especially great gifts when it comes with the gift of your time. I'm giving it to a quilty friend, and we're going to schedule a sewing day to sew these together, maybe for charity, maybe for babies that are on the way. But we're going to schedule a sewing day and spend some time together. Or the gift of time with, I'm going to teach you how to make this quilt, and you can teach them from start to finish. If you want to plus this up just a little, add a spool of matching thread. I found this in my thread box, still new in the package. This is the low to no cost version. If you want to spend a little bit of money for a new quilter, add one of those Fiskars kits with the mat and the ruler and the rotary cutter. You could plus it up with backing fabric and a small package of batting so that it's complete and ready to quilt. All of this from my stash. Free pattern and 3 yards of fabric that I dug out of my stash. If you don't have 3 yards of fabric, or you're just not a fan of the 3-yard quilt, consider a jelly roll. If you have a jelly roll in your stash that has been there a long time, consider the jelly roll and pair it with the jelly roll race pattern. Or if you don't have a jelly roll, consider 2.5-inch strips in your giftee's favorite color. Like right now, I could go to my closet and I could make, well, a lot. I could make 4 or 5 of these jelly roll strip kits out of any number of colors. I could make it blue and white, blue and yellow, blue and green, blue and... I have a lot of blue. You get my point. You get my drift. And you could make one for you and one for your giftee, and then you could have a jelly roll race and teach someone about that, or just have a good time. The third thing you can pull together from your stash, pretty much from what you have on hand. Low to no cost, easy to gift. You guys have seen my little handwork kits. I make them, I keep them for all the things I do. Now mine has a beautiful thimble, scissors, thread, needles, usually a needle threader. Oh, a couple of clips, that's a good idea. A couple of clips is a great idea. And it can be a handwork kit. These you can get in all different designs. Now this does cost a little bit of money, because it is actually a little first aid kit. It's by Welly. It came full of Band-Aids and maybe ointment. I don't know. I didn't care. I wanted the box. But you can get them at Target. You can get them at the grocery. They range from $6 to $10 if you want the fancy tin. And you can make it a hand sewing kit. You can make it a mending kit for someone who's off to college or their first apartment. You can make it an English paper piecing kit. Here, let me show you this one. Now, you can do this. Costs $6 to $10 plus whatever you're putting in it. But like I said, I have these threads that are still in the package. So you have things around that you can fill it up with. You don't have to spend any more money. You don't have to go out and get anything. It's a busy time of year. I don't want to fight the traffic. I don't want to try to find a parking space. There's this option with the fancy pants tin. Or you've got to go to the grocery store anyway, right? This is a teeny tiny little sugar cookie tin. Now, my friend Kim gave this one to me, and I love it. My family ate the cookie. My husband, it's Casey. He's addicted to these things. He ate the cookies, and I saved the tin. Now, this one has a whole hodgepodge of things in it. Let's get it. All right, so it's little. It's nearly free. If you want it to be just a really basic kit, you can use an Altoids tin. You know, whatever you have around. Look at what you have around. You can also find these little tins at the Goodwill and the thrift store for next to nothing. The theme that you wish to make the kit will determine what goes in it. This can be a mending kit filled with little scissors and needles and basic color threads. A few buttons that you dig out of your button box. All right. It can be a handwork kit like mine are. Again, many of the same items. Your needles, your little scissors, your thread. If you have a friend who's into English paper piecing, throw in a stack of 2.5-inch squares. These are cut from my stash. If you have a mini charm pack, that works too. You just throw it right in there. If you have some of the little paper pieces, toss them in as well. A few little clips, little handy clips. What are they? Wonder clips. in there, lid on, you're good to go. Look around your space. What have you got that you can pull together quickly for little to no additional cost? These are just 3 ideas. You have a tremendous amount of imagination, and I know that you can find something, tie it up with a bow. It'll be absolutely charming and perfect for that last minute gift. Don't forget to leave your Ask Me Anything questions in the comments below. Tomorrow is the deadline for that. I'm late for a class right now, so I'm going to head out. I hope you've had an awesome day with lots of sewing and fun, and I hope you never forget that you make the world more beautiful just by being in it. I'm Amy, and I'll see you next time.